from where you at. I came here for vengeance, watch your back. No need to defend, I'm on attack. Sorry they can't reply, but I guarantee they had a blast. Pop, 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 I be on the next only, yeah, I am fresh to death.
Welcome back to the Long Haul Mentality. I'm your host, as always, Nick Bagley, and this week I have Kellen on. What up, dude? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Last time we talked was at the Olympia.
Yeah, that's right.
How's life been since, brother?
Life's been good, man. Eating good. Can't complain.
Yeah. As I told you yesterday, you look fucking huge. It looks like you're eating good.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, definitely been eating good, growing well into the off season, so it's been good.
Yeah, one of your posts said you were like 240 right now.
Yeah, just teetering on at 239.8. So yeah, almost there.
Nice. Yeah. What is that? How? What's the heaviest you've been? Is that one of the heaviest?
This is the heaviest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that. So.
How close were you to the weight cap again?
So I guess the last podcast we had was the controversial weight cap podcast.
Yeah.
So, my coach wanted to play it safe because he had an idea that they're going to do it, which they ended up doing it. So we dieted down to under 204, which is my cap to be safe with. And then they actually heightened me in at over 5'9", so I made the 212. So my height cap for this year is 212.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you talked about like what your plans are and stuff yet?
Yeah. Kind of already got the game plan going. I start prep middle of next month, and then I think the first shows lined up are going to be July 1st, and I think it's a week period after every show. I think we have like 4 or 5 lined up.
Okay, nice. There's so many Classic Physique shows. It's like you could pick a week, a couple of weeks of the year, and you could hit shows back to back.
yeah, exactly. So no, it'll be good. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this season. Should be a good one.
Yeah. Are you hitting any of the bigger shows, or are you trying to like stack up a couple of wins to get your qualification?
Yeah. So I think we'll probably hit Chicago, Vancouver, Tampa, Texas. That's kind of the game plan. And I think something maybe before or after Olympia as well.
Okay.
But definitely Tampa and Texas will probably be the bigger shows for me. I've never done those before, so.
Dude, I literally just realized the other day, like somebody said it, that the Olympia is like 30 something weeks away.
Yeah, it's coming up.
How great! Like I feel like we were literally just there, and it's like, well, I guess because they moved it up, it's in September this year, is it not?
1 week, I guess 1 week earlier. It's not really. Yeah, I guess the last week of September they think they moved it up to.
Yeah, it just feels like it shouldn't be that close.
It feels like I was just talking to you not too long ago. So yeah,
I know, man. It's a bit. Time's just going faster by the day, man.
No, I know. So it's good.
So what's been like? What was let's walk back through like your feedback after the Olympia and what you and your coach have been doing since then.
Yeah. So biggest thing for me was just getting harder and grainier from the back, coming in more conditioning from the back, and I knew that was going to be a time issue for us. Mm-hmm. So going back to the drawing boards, this off season was the first season that I let him take the reins on the training. So I actually having a structured training program rather than me going in and kind of just picking and choosing what I'm doing and how I'm feeling. Mm-hmm. So that helped a lot. Obviously weak points that we felt that we needed to bring up were hamstrings, medial delts, that some more widthness, and triceps. So I'm hitting that periodically throughout the week now. Everything's very structured, tempo, cadence, top sets. Everything is very, very dialed in. So it's the first time him taking the training regimen on, and I think I like it. I like it that way. So it's been good.
Well, yeah. The last few videos I've seen, it definitely looks like your fucking medial delts have grown for sure.
It's crazy to say.
You're doing something right.
It was one of my weaker shots, that front relax, so it's improved. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I think it's going to be good. So my I want to pick the brain of more classic guys with this, because you have to be so much more strategic with your bodybuilding because of the limitation that you have, like with weight.
Yeah.
So with obviously, like, you guys dieted down to 204 to be prepared, but you have basically 212, like is what you can work with, right?
Yep.
Is there any concern this year with you of like feeling like you're not going to be able to bring your best look in order to get under that cap, or do you think you still have plenty of room as far as that's concerned?
No, I'll be probably inside out around like I think 208 to 209 around there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still within striking distance. I don't think I'm going to be growing out of classic anytime soon or anything like that. But for sure, I definitely think we put on probably like anywhere between 4 to 6 pounds this off season. But again, like that is due to the training and all last year. I couldn't even train quads for like 7-8 months, just because I knew I would blow out that cap. It's a very, very strong point for me. I'm very, very strong in the most humblest way. I'm very, very strong. So same thing with this season too. It's like I'm not really trying to touch that area because I don't want to be a bigger version of myself. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah. So like just strategic training and like I said, just making sure going in there with intent to grow the weak points and improve my physique and not just be a bigger version than I was from last year.
Yeah. It's funny because, you know, you see guys who like one of the most recent ones that comes to mind is like Antoine Vaillant, of like his quads were just ginormous. And the guy's body weight he'd be like 270 on stage, 280. And that's massive. And because he was in condition, it's not like he wasn't peeled. You see guys who like have these really, really big legs, have like really high body weights, but it doesn't necessarily translate. You know what I mean? Like the thing on Antoine was always like, oh wow, Antoine he's tipping the scales at this heavy weight, but like, why does he still need size? And it's like, because the legs take up so much space of that. So it's smart of you to think of that way ahead of time. So what does that look like for you as far as like setting up your split to not overdo it on your legs?
Yeah, so like I have a 2-leg day split per week, and I think one of the days are quad focus with hamstrings and glutes, but I'm only having 2 quad movements and it's just 1 top set. So he's not taking the reins fully off. Mm-hmm. So I'm just basically just maintaining at that point. Like I said, more of the focus with the 2 top sets towards like the glutes and hamstrings, things that need to come up. Because before it was just like, you know how it is on leg day and quad day, you're just going all out. You know what I mean? Like just you're dying, right? And I like training like that, but again, I also like winning shows and improving, you know, like it's Olympia first. So it's a trade-off, but it's a good trade-off. So yeah,
understandable. It's so. Do your glutes and hamstrings not respond the way your quads do?
No. So I have to, with my cadence and my tempo, I have to really slow down the concentric movement and time and attention under the stretch portion of it. With the quads, I can just rip and go and they'll grow. Just the connection is there. Yeah.
Has it been one of those things that you've had to like restructure how you do movements in order to get more out of the glutes and hamstrings, or is it like you just squat in a way where your quads want to grow, or what do you think that is?
You know what I like to compare it to is Justin Batterina trains kind of with the same cadence of I do. He is very very slow on the eccentric. He dries out the hole on the concentric a little bit faster than me, but he doesn't use a lot of weight. So like on my SLDLs, on my hamstring curls, I'm not using the full stack. You know, I'm really utilizing a minimal weight that I feel is good for me, and I'm just getting stronger within the form of that movement, if that makes sense. And I'm just squeezing the shit out of that muscle line contraction, and just feeling the weight rather than going there and just kind of ego and feeling like the lower back take over. Just really focusing on the hamstring itself, which has worked for me. So kind of just checking the ego out the door and being like, hey, you know what? There's 60 pounds on the leg of the hamstring curl. I feel great. There's really no point of moving up. Let's just stay here. Yeah.
I think that comes back to a lot of like having to be smarter with your limitation with Classic Physique too. Correct. You know, it's like, I think because within the open class, because there is no limit, it's just be as big as you want.
Yeah.
Guys will just like just do whatever trying to get size. you know, but because you've had to go, I have to be really strategic here. And like, I can't let this specific area of my leg grow, but I need this specific area of my leg to grow. You've had to be very strategic with how you go about that. And, I think more people need to listen to what you said with that of like, you're focused on making the muscle contract, making it do the job. It's not necessarily about just add more weight and that's therefore going to make my hamstring bigger. It's about making sure that we're actually targeting the tissue, you know?
100%. And obviously there's a time and place. Like I know the amount of growth that you get from progressive overload and not using a slow concentric is not really, optimal. But for someone that has a lack of connectivity to the muscle, I feel that utilizing a slow concentric really helps for me at least. Mm-hmm. And I know like progressive overload, driving through the hole a little bit faster, you do recruit more muscle fibers, yes. But like I said, if you have a problem with connectivity like me, it works for me. And even with my clients, it works with them too. So,
yeah. Well, I think people just have to understand that you can still progressively overload without it only being about load.
Correct.
You know, because it's really like a guy that I look up to a lot, Jordan Shallow, has said this a number of times, and it's about progressive overstimulation, not progressive overload, right? And that's, people just get so caught up in that of like, okay, yeah, last week I did 5 plates on this hack, so now I need to do 5.5, and like that is the rabbit hole that they chase.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I feel like, and I'm curious on your opinion of that, like, it's not just the guys who only chase weight. It's the guys who chase volume. It's the guys who chase like any metric to, like, if they're doing frequent, like training things every single day, like you're going to end up in a spot where if you're trying to overdo it in one category, you're going to end up in a spot where you get hurt more often. Do you feel like that's kind of similar?
Going to take a quick break from the podcast to bring a few things to your attention. First off, as I was going through the YouTube analytics, I noticed that almost 70% of my watchers are not subscribed. So if you're watching this right now, please do me a favor and click that subscribe button. Every single time I get a new subscriber, comments, likes, and shares, this helps spread the podcast more, and I really, really appreciate you guys. This podcast has no paid sponsorships, so the best way for you to support my channel is to support my sponsors. So Labrada Pro Series is my supplement sponsor. We have a full line of products with some new ones coming. The pre-workout is on the way right now, and the new Labrada Nutrition RTD pre-workout is about to hit the market as well. On top of Labrada Pro Series, I also have Gasp and Better Bodies, and then I also have Authentic Aminos. Please go support these companies. Use my code BAGLY10 for Labrada Pro Series, BAGLY15 for Gasp and Better Bodies, and Bagley for Authentic Aminos. Thanks, guys. Let's get back to the podcast.
Very similar, very similar. Like I always tell people, like when you go to the gym, try not to think of increasing the weight so fast. Try to think of increasing your form and perfecting that within the weight that you're working on. So even for me, like if something feels great and I'm, dying at 12 on it, or let's say I'm dying at 10 on it, let me stay at that weight and try to die on 12 on it with the exact perfect reps from start to finish, rather than going, let me throw another 45 or let me throw another quarter, just because I know that I'm going to get more stimulus and growth while I'm perfecting my form within that weight before I jump up. That's how I look at it. I know people have different views, but for me, it's worked good for me with my growth and my stimulus in the gym. So, and it's all about feeling for me. Like if I feel good, my joints are not taking a beating, my lower back's not hurting, the muscle is growing, it's getting stimulus, it's getting blood, then I've done my job correctly. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things that the landscape of bodybuilding these days, people are trying to make it all data driven, right?
Yes.
Because they want to make it a thing that they can go, see, here's the numbers, this is why this works. And like to a certain degree that does work. Like it is good to like have the data and have the information, but there's certain things about bodybuilding that we can't put numbers on. Like I could ask you, like, hey, Kellen, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good was your contraction on that? And I could reliably know that if you told me it was a 10 out of 10, probably a fucking 10 out of 10. But if I ask fucking a guy who's been lifting for a couple of years that same question, it's not going to be the same. So it's like, how do you can't track that, that you can't write that in a logbook and go, I had this much of a contraction. Like you can kind of use it as a guideline for yourself, but like as a coach, there's no way for me to ask you that and then use that information. So I think that's where people get caught up.
Very much so, and I think it's good. Like I'm a trainer, and I know as well. You too know you're a coach and trainer as well. Like when you're putting someone through, a top set, if they have more in them. If they can affect their form a bit more. If they left some on the table. If they actually left all of it on the table. So it's good to hire a coach or a trainer that actually knows how your body works and how actually knows what to put you through and how to stop and how to give you more. So that's also the important things too.
Yep, for sure. And in a day and age where people are scared to over fatigue themselves, I think it's also a matter of like having a coach or a trainer that's there to go, all right, this is how we do this perfect.
Yes.
This is now how we break those rules. And then this is how we make sure we do it safely. You know what I mean? And it's like, you got to have all that stuff there. If you just try to like throw everything at yourself, you're going to end up in a bad spot very quickly.
For sure. And then the other great about that too is you have a lot of people that think too much is good. So they'll go doing, 30 top sets or 20 top sets. And then you break it down and you're like, you only need 3 or 4 movements and 2 top sets each. And they're like, well, I feel like I didn't work enough. I'm like, well, you're not growing in the gym. You're growing when you recover. And then for them, it's a big ego thing because it's like, I'm so used to giving. I'm like, no, you're not going to grow like that. So that's the thing too with a lot of people too, that getting through their head, it's a bit tough. But when they realize it and they see the changes, and like, oh, you're right.
Right. Yeah. It's one of those things of like, when I write a training program, it is not my job to make it look hard.
Correct.
It is the client's job to make what I write difficult.
Yes.
Right. Like, and the thing is like, you and I both understand, like, if Kellen, if you decided like, hey, Nick, I need a new training split, write a training program, I could probably give you like 2 exercises total in a plan. And I could give you 2 sets on each one of those. And you're like, wow, that doesn't seem like a lot, but I better make it count. Yes. You know what I mean? You could make that thing. You can make you can make 4 total sets, 2 exercises, 2 sets each. You could make that thing so fucking brutally hard that you walk out of there going, wow, I don't think I could have done anything else. Right? Because you know what that takes. You know what it takes to go there. But like, people will look at a training program and go, well, there's no superset, so it must not be hard. It's like, well, no, that's on you.
Yeah, that's the tough thing about being a coach, is because you have clients like that, and they'll make it easier for themselves. And that's why I like to check in with my clients and have a training session here and there, because I'm like, oh, so you're just doing the bare minimum. You're actually not following what I'm putting on the paper. So let me show you. And then they're like, okay, this is how it needs to be done. I'm actually not giving it what I need to give it. So,
yeah. One of my favorite things to do back in the day when I was a trainer is like when somebody would come in just for like a one-off session. They would. I'm sure you've gotten that too with being a trainer. It's like somebody wants to just come train with you and learn something.
Yeah.
And they're expecting you to like put them through some crazy session. And like, what I do is I go, okay, hey, what do you usually do for this day? And they would tell me their list of exercises. And I might change the order a little bit just to kind of show them my perspective on how I like to order stuff. But I will do their exact training program to the T. The same sets, the same reps, the same exercises, everything. I'll fucking bury you with that same thing because you didn't need a new training program. You just needed to know how to apply it right.
Correct. That is so true. That is so true. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool, man. I'm excited to see like what you guys do with that training approach and whatnot. So as far as setting your sights on this year for the Olympia, like if I had to ask you, like, what is your crazy goal right now? Like what would be that lofty goal?
Top 10.
Yeah. Top 10.
And it's not even crazy in my mind, but that is the goal.
Remind me where you were last year. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I said the 19th or 20th.
Okay.
Too,
okay. Yeah. I mean, I think top 10 is realistic for sure, especially if they're going to be chopping down how many people are on the stage, you know?
Be about 45 guys with the 2 shows wins and the points accumulated. I think I did the math, about 45. Still
Better than what was it, 60 something last time?
Almost 70. I
Yeah.
mean, it's better, but it's still a lot.
Yeah, I agree. I have my opinion. I mean, like, do you have a number where you think like, all right, this number of people on stage at the Olympia, do you think it should be?
Well, you look at open and it's what, 15, 20 guys?
In that ballpark, yeah.
I think max maybe 25 would be nice.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they're going to do that because the sport keeps growing and shows. And I mean, we've been down this rabbit hole before.
I know, right?
It just makes it so much more prestigious because you watch the open and it's so easy to kind of break down things and it's more exciting.
Mhm.
Even like outside the top 10, it's more exciting. I feel like Classic doesn't have that same thing. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough because like you said, I mean, we want to have these shows and we want to have like the fact that you can pick like a couple of months out of the year and go hit a string of shows every other weekend for any time of the year that you wanted to is amazing, right? But at the same time, it also starts to open up this thing of like, well, is this really even that prestigious if everybody can do it? You know, well, that's a stretch, but you get what I'm saying, you know?
Yep. No, I understand. It's, I mean, you know what? The shows this year are going to be way more competitive than last year. We both know that. I don't think there's going to be any small shows with, 4 or 5 guys or anything like that. But I think it is going to weed out the herd with having to win 2 shows. And even people that do accumulated points, again, like judges are going to recognize and see, who needs to be deserved in that top 10, top 15. They'll know now instead of having them to judge, 70 guys. It's going to be a bit harder lately, but yeah, it's going to be exciting, man. It's definitely going to be more competitive this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Classic just like by the year gets exponentially more competitive, because like the sport is expanding to newer crowds of people. And with that is coming people who are younger and younger exposed to this. And you're getting people who are getting on stage at the Olympia in their early 20s, which is just outrageous. And, that like, it baffles me that that's possible, but it's cool as shit at the same time.
Oh yeah.
But I think because of that, we're going to see, like you said, like there's no such thing. There might be a one-off here and there where like, yeah, that show was pretty easy. Nobody really showed up for that one. But like, I think we're about to see like every show is gonna be like, holy shit, look at this lineup. Even of guys that people don't know, because that's the thing is like on Classic Physique Radio, I feel like I'm getting an education all the time because it's like there's always somebody new popping up that I didn't know about before.
No doubt. You're not wrong about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So is there, so you placed around like 19th, 20th, somewhere like in that range at the Olympia. Yep. Who is between you and that top 10 spot that you're looking at right now going, yeah, I can take that guy?
So we got guys like Kim Angel. I think he was one place below me. I don't know if you know who that is, Kim Angel.
Yeah, he's doing the Arnold, isn't he?
Yeah. He's Polish. Piotr.
Yeah, Piotr.
He looks good.
Yeah, that kid's wild.
You got guys got like Logan Franklin, Breon.
Is Breon still competing?
I don't actually. He said he's going to 212, so I don't know. He also said
he's done that a couple of times, so
yeah. But essentially those kind of guys, Kim Angel, Piotr, Logan, those kind of guys.
Yeah. I don't think top 10 is unrealistic, man. I think even higher than that could be potential. Do you have, like, as you're going through this and trying to be the better version of yourself, is there any part of you that goes, I want to win the Olympia? Like, that is my 100% end goal?
1,000%, but I will be honest with you, open. Open is definitely the end goal. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's only so long I want to, keep the reins on with me limiting my training. Mm-hmm. Oh God, it's hard sometimes, brother. It's fucking hard.
So, have you put a time frame on that?
My coach said he's like, I want to want to see you in open, but I want to max you out in classic, get your cap there, and let's see what we can do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I believe that you can be a, you know, top 10, top 5 guy. But I don't want to limit your training when you get to that point.
Yeah.
Just go to the next class. And I'm too tall for 212, and I feel like when you're going to send it, just send it the whole way. You know what I mean? So that's definitely the end goal for me is open. To win the Olympia would be a fucking dream. I mean, if I'm still improving at my weight cap and in that top 5, top 3, then there's no point to leave for sure.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah, the bodybuilder in me is for sure open. That's definitely what I want to do, you know, to close it out for sure.
Yeah, it seems more and more people are kind of doing that, and like I don't see anything wrong with, like, I feel like sometimes people who want to like use them as stepping stones, people are like, oh, why not just go straight for that class? It's like, well, I want to compete and I'm not ready for that yet. I like, have you had that kind of thing at all of like, when you tell people like, oh, I might want to go open someday, do they immediately go, oh, well, fuck classic, go ahead and go to open?
So many people, everyone. You don't get it. Like, no, relax. Like, just, why are you in a rush to see me at 270, 280? Just relax. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, chill.
But I think that mindset is what's going to end up bringing back the golden era physiques.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say on that?
No, because you're right. Like we had Urs Calcinci go to open, and I mean, the waistline, the classic lines with the open size. I mean, it's the posing. You know, the stage presence. It's different. You know what I mean? It's something new in the open division. I mean, and obviously we have guys like Andrew Jack with that streamlined waist, and you know what I mean. But like I think more classic guys going to open will definitely bring back like that 90s era a little bit, and I like that look. You know what I mean? The flex wheelers. I think that's the best kind of look out there. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I think that once people started seeing what the human body was capable of doing size-wise, people wanted to try and max that out as soon as they could.
Exactly.
Because you know, it became like Lee Haney was the first guy to be way, way bigger than everyone. And then the next person to step that up was Lee Haney. And then from there, it was just down this rabbit hole of like, all right, well, I got to be bigger than the next guy. And we both know that like only so much size can be packed on within a season. And these guys were competing every single year. So we know that they were doing extremely drastic stuff to put on tissue, you know, and then we start to lose the lines of the aesthetics in this chase for size. And I think there's been a big correction to the open bodybuilding since Classic Physique has been introduced, because I think it made everybody level up, like to have a more streamlined physique, because people were so drawn to that look, because they were drawn to the posing routines, to all that stuff. So not like, I think Classic actually elevated bodybuilding to a better standard, because now we're seeing people who are, like you said, Urs and whatnot, who have the aesthetics and now are getting the size to go along with it. So it's good.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I definitely agree with that for sure. Yeah, people just want to get too big too quick, which is, the thing is, when I break it down, like if I were to go into open, I wouldn't be changing anything that I'm doing now. Just obviously my training would, you know, elevate a lot more. I wouldn't have so many guardrails on it, but the waist control, you know, not pushing the food to where the waist gets blown out, none of that would be changed. And I feel I would still make the size improvements I need to go open. It might take a little bit longer, maybe not, but that's why I don't understand what's the goal of trying to just go too hard too quick when you're going to distort the look. You know what I mean? Because if you blow your waist, that's it. You're done.
Yeah.
So
and there's very few people who have ever come back from that. Very few people. Like
exactly.
I think the most recent example that I could think of with the midsection is Ben Pekulski, and that's not that recent. Like Ben was huge and got to a point where his stomach was just not in a good spot, and then he came back like 3, 4, 5 years later after he retired the first time and streamlined his physique a lot, brought his stomach way down, but he had to be way smaller than he was the previous time.
I'll never look the same. never look the same.
You can't fix it. You're not going to be able to have that same size and whatnot. And it's I definitely think that making sure that people are prioritizing the midsection will make our whole sport better,
100%.
And like, you're going to have people who genetically just have a bigger midsection, but that means that everything else just needs to be done in a methodical manner. You just got to think it through a little bit better and build around it.
Yeah. Like you got homeboy that did Texas. What's his name in the Open? I think it's
Hutchinson.
Not Hutchinson.
Palacios.
He's got a bigger waist, but you can tell it still looks streamlined in his shots. He's holding it in.
Right.
He's bringing out the right areas he needs to bring out to make his waist look smaller. He probably has a bigger waist, but he looks fucking great. Looks great.
Yeah, his fucking chest, shoulders, and arms are so goddamn big, you can't tell anything else. It is wild, man. It's crazy to see. He's like 310, something like that right now.
Yeah.
Like it is funny, like how common 300 pounds is becoming.
It's crazy.
Just like how common it is for like someone to be in their early 20s and be a pro on their way to the Olympia now. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What are we seeing? What's happening?
Nuts, man. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Like 300 pounds used to be this like mythical thing that people didn't think that anyone could do other than Ronnie Coleman,
Yeah. Now everyone's almost 300 pounds in the Open. Yeah, it's wild.
But I really, really do like the fact that like you guys are taking your time with this and like not being worried with being 270, 280. And I think that with enough time and patience, we're going to end up seeing just a fucking wild version of you. The way it's coming together already at 240 looks fucking nuts. It's like I told you about that yesterday. So it's like, okay, you slowly do that same thing season after season. Fucking 5 years from now, yeah, Kellen's going to be a force in the Open for sure.
That's what I'm saying, brother. He's spot on. Yeah. So
do you think do you think like, I think this season you'll be able to make it into your weight cap relatively easy, but do you think next season it might be a little bit more difficult the way things are going?
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult. Probably won't be doing any podcasts in prep.
So you're just gonna hang on until it's like skin of the teeth. We can't make this anymore.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Because I know my potential in the most humblest way. I know my potential. I know I can go far in the classic division, but I just need to just kind of keep my head to the floor, keep working, and just get what I mean. Just keep doing what I'm doing, and my time will come. But I don't want to rush things. I've seen it too many times before, even with yourself. You rush things, and then, like you said, your physique will never look the same. So just doing things right, doing things proper.
Yeah. It's one of those things that it's like, I feel like you have to really be looking for signs in your physique that you just can't make the weight cap anymore, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like there's going to be a number of these where, like you said, it's like you're not going to be doing any podcasts because you're going to be suffering. You can do a couple of those. Like you can make it through a couple of those and still bring a look that's really good. But when it gets to like a super excessive place, like where you're having to strip off so much weight, you're never going to be able to bring a good look that way. It's like, so all the work that you did to try and improve your physique just gets ruined because you're just trying to force yourself to a weight that you can no longer sustain.
100%. And it goes back to Urs Kalsinci. Like, he was stripping off a lot of weight to stay in classic. Rightfully so. I mean, the guy was top 3, top 4 in the world at one point. I mean, even myself, what's the point of moving divisions? Like, you're right there. But then again, I got to a point where it's becoming unhealthy to the body. And it's like, are you really going to move up placings? Probably not. So he made the right decision. But it's a time and place. And I think, like I said, if I'm not improving in my placings and in my look, and I'm suffering to get down there and cutting off a lot of weight, then it's time to have a talk with my coach. This isn't healthy. Let's make a more healthier standpoint and move divisions.
Yep. No, I definitely agree. Well, that's good. Have you ever noticed anything like in a dieting phase where, like, if you're pushing it too hard, you'd notice something like starts to go away first?
Oh yeah, triceps and hamstrings right away. Yeah.
Just the muscle groups that you're having to improve in the first place.
Yeah, and that's the worst, because it just ruins the most important shots for me.
Yeah.
So,
And that's even what Urs said. You know, they always talked about like his arms would look great and they'd get to a certain weight and they just disappear. So it looked like his arms fucking exploded this season. You know what I mean?
yeah, big time. That's how they're supposed to look. So yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see it, man. But anything that you guys are trying to do a little bit different this season for you to get into contest shape? Like, are you guys trying any of the peptides? Have you dabbled into that world at all?
Yeah, like last season we were playing with MOTS-C, a little bit of Retatrutide, SLUP. So we've dabbled with that. I mean, honestly, I'm not the most knowledgeable about all the compounds like that. My coach is a fucking scientist, so you know, if you want to pick his brain, he'll have plenty of answers for you that go way above my head. But I'm sure this he's already told me that we have a lot of tricks under his sleeve that he wants to implement. So I'm just like, okay, just let me know what
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just so curious as to how people are implementing these things, because it's like I know so many people who are like very peptide gung ho, and then I know some people who are like, no, I'm not touching that shit. So it's like I'm always curious just to see what people are doing.
Yeah, I mean, I did like the Retatrutide. I mean, it worked well, like with the food noise and you know keeping the insulin high. The MOTS-C was great for energy during fasted cardio. Same thing with SLUP. I mean, it was. I loved it. I mean, I would definitely use it again. You know, I'm not a big overly stimulant guy, so like the high dose of well, I'm not really. If I kind of sustain my natural energy, I feel more good in that sense. So, I mean, I think peptides have a time and place for everyone. I think for sure, if you can implement them, they're going to work for sure.
No, I agree. I like the MOTS-C a lot. I'm trying it myself right now, and SLU worked great for me as well. I can't. I'm right there with you with the stimulant stuff, man. I can't do clean. The last time I prepped, I tried to take 20 micrograms and it just ruined my sleep.
Yeah,
just completely wrecked it. So fucking bad, dude. It was awful.
No. Yeah, like the high stim pre-workouts, the clan, like the fat burners, I'm good. Like I just want to feel myself. You know what I mean?
Was this is my personal experience, but did you used to be able to handle more stimulants?
Oh, when I was younger, yes. Yes. You remember the original like Jack 3D, the Psychotic, the 1MR, like all that stuff with the energy drink, like half a doobie, like for sure, go send it. But now, no, I can't.
I mean, I specifically remember one of my preps that like I was doing 2 hours of cardio a day, and like just to keep myself awake and moving, I was doing like 1,000 milligrams of caffeine plus fucking Clen plus Yohimbine and all these things, and I was fine. Like it really didn't bother me that bad. But then get later on, and fucking 20 micrograms just ruined me. Like, and this was a time where I was waking up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, so it's not like, so I'd wake up at 4 a.m. and take it. By the time I went to bed at like 10, I was still just like jittery and wired. It's like, fuck this, dude.
Dude, that is wild. Wild. That's a lot.
It's weird. It's even worse now. Like I have to do half caffeine on my coffee.
Really, eh?
Yeah. It's interesting, but it is what it is.
I give it one coffee now in the morning, just espresso. I'm good for the day.
Yeah. I like, I enjoy just the taste of my coffee. So I have, I'll do 2 cups, 2 12-ounce cups, but I do half calf. So I'll do like, I'll grind up the beans and I'll do regular, half of it is regular coffee, and then the other is decaf coffee. So it works out well for me. Yeah,
man. It's needed. Coffee in the morning is needed. Help digestion, everything. I love it.
It's just at this point, it's just a thing that I feel like I have to have. I don't even think it helps me that much. I think I just enjoy it.
Fair enough.
It's just a ritual, you know what I mean?
Yeah. A little vice. Yeah, I got you.
So with going back to the Reta, how much did you end up having to take, or how much did you take?
I think I was doing one unit Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So split doses.
And you did that the same all the way through, or did it go up or down or anything like that?
That was the same dose all the way through, and I think we just implemented it for a few weeks towards the end of prep, and it was great. I noticed right when we came off of it, my digestion went through the fucking roof, like through through the roof. I was so hungry. I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
So
Yep. It's an interesting thing because from a coaching standpoint, it's like, okay, as we go to fill somebody out, I don't want their appetite to be a problem. Like if I can't get carbs in you, then that's going to be an issue, right? So it's like I don't want to slow down digestive emptying by too much, but at the same time, I also don't want to pull it to where like now I can't get you to not be hungry. So I'm curious to see how people are going to, because right now I think people are still figuring out how to use it, you know, still how to fit it into the plan. So I like how you just said that you guys did that. That's great.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Like using it for like what it's used for. It's like use it for the last couple of weeks. It's not that you need to not be hungry your entire prep. It's like put it in the last 6 weeks so you can make it through, and we'll be good.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, spot on. No, you're right. Yeah.
Did you have any issues with like nausea or anything like that with it?
No issue with nausea. I mean, I definitely know my appetite got curved. Not like a crazy amount, but I definitely noticed that. I'm honestly, the biggest thing I noticed is when I came off of my appetite, how much it increased. I've never been that hungry before. I like that part about it. I did like that part about it.
Yeah. Well, you probably like that because you know how to control yourself a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, that part, and to be honest with you, between me and you, I'm not an eater, bro. I hate fucking, dude, like tossing like 10, 20 grams of rice in the past. Like, can't eat it. Like that type.
Okay.
I know. Don't judge me. But
no, I'm the same. Like to be completely honest, to be completely honest with you, my appetite is a lot of why I've stopped competing, and like the amount of food that like I'm a little bit taller than you are, I believe, and like Classic wasn't going to be where I needed to be. I didn't have the structure for it. So like I needed to be in open, which means I needed to be as big as I could. So like the heaviest I got was 265, and like the food was high, but for the standards of like what I have seen other people do, it wasn't that high. And like I was full all the time and like had a hard time getting it down and all that kind of stuff. So me ultimately needing to get as big as I was going to have to, it wasn't going to happen just because of my appetite, to be honest.
So do you take long to eat meals? Was that your thing? Like you take a long time to eat your meal?
Yeah, dude. I mean, it would take me like there was points where it'd be like an hour plus just trying to get through a meal.
My long lost brother, bro. I get all the fucking time for this, bro. By my coach, are like, why do you take so long to eat? I'm like, dude, I just can't. Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't just force it down like that. I'll fucking puke.
Yeah.
So that's yeah.
So some of mine stems from poor guidance when I was younger. I had I've talked about this a couple of times, and I had a coach, and I have the most respect for him. He's a good guy, and it's not like he was doing anything that he didn't think was right, but it was like every time I checked in twice a week. Every time I checked in, if weight didn't go up, food went up. And at the same time, like if it didn't go up enough, like it could have gone up. Like if my check-ins was Monday, Thursday, if it only went up by like 0.4 from Monday to Thursday, he's like, we need more food. So it was like the food would keep going up, and then I was also popping Anadrol. So it just got to a point where like I'd get halfway through a meal, and then all of a sudden I'd get nauseous. I'd throw it up, and then I'd try to finish the rest of the meal, and I'd still be nauseous. And so like I just slugged through it because like, well, I guess this is what it takes to get that big, and like it's just because I'm eating a lot of food, not realizing that it's because I was taking Anadrol and eating too much fucking food in the first place.
You had the worst experience, bro. That's traumatizing.
Yeah. Well, in a way, it is because I still deal with it. So like if I get to a spot where like I start to get like really stuffed, I'll start to get nauseous. I'll start to dry heave. I'll deal with that stuff again. So it's not fun.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever had any crazy experience like that. I'm just not a fucking eater, bro. And it's like I wish there was like a peptide or a drug that gave me like someone's appetite. You know what I mean? Like maybe they didn't at new because I don't have like a crazy appetite like that, man. It's hard.
Yeah, no, I understand, but I mean, the fact that you're as big as you are and you don't have an appetite is pretty fucking good. I mean, at least you made it pro. I had a shitty appetite and didn't go pro, so like,
yeah, dude, yeah. I mean, when you have a coach that dogs on you 24/7, you kind of have no fucking choice. So,
Yeah. Hey, well, that means he cares, right?
he does.
Well, Kellen, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there, man, so you don't have to keep sitting in your car here. And I got another call after this. So I really appreciate your time, man. It means a lot that you would fit this in like right after the gym. I know you were rushing home.
It's all good, man. I always appreciate having a talk with you, Nick. And anytime you want to do it again, just let me know, man. I'll make time for you, brother.
Awesome, man. I appreciate you very much, dude. So for anyone who is still watching at this point, make sure you like, subscribe, do the YouTube thing, share it with your friends. Kellen, where can people find you, man?
Yes, Instagram is Kellen W Bodybuilding. All my links are on the bio. You can find me on Instagram. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, cool. Everybody, we will see you next time. Have a good one.